Jenna and welcome to Bookmas Day 5. The topic for today is the top 10 books I am most anticipating in 2018. I have 10 incredible books on here, and for once I've actually done a little bit of research, unlike last year's Bookmas video of this one, which was just like, I think I want to read these books, and then funnily enough, you know, I think I only read like 3 of them, if that. So clearly I did well with that list last year, but this time I am determined to read more. If these books already have a cover, I'm going to insert a cover here. If they already have a release date, I probably won't know it, but I think I know the rough idea of when a couple of these books are going to be released, so I will tell you about that. But for the most part, everything will be linked down below, so just go and check them out. So coming in at number 10, we have The Continent by Kira Drake. This book I know was supposed to be released in 2017, but it had a lot of backlash. I believe it had a lot of backlash with how it was representing indigenous cultures, I think was the problem with it. That's why it was so problematic. So the publisher actually pulled the release date and has pushed it back to 2018 so that they could have a bit of a chance to rectify that problem, which I think is amazing, and I'm really glad that they have listened to people. That's the reason why we have advanced reader copies, is so people can get out there and we can figure out if there are these issues, but we can also, you know, hype up these books. Even with all those issues, I am still super excited to read this one because it sounds amazing. So in this book, we follow 16-year-old Vela's son, who is gifted with the chance to go down and see the continent. Of course, no one really wants to go down to the continent because it is a bare, desolate, cold place where two nations are constantly at war with each other. So after a tragic accident leaves Vela stranded on the continent, she finds herself alone, starving, and in the middle of a raging war zone. All she wants is to find her way home, but first she must find a way to survive. It sounds amazing. I am so ridiculously excited and I cannot wait to read this book. Coming in at number 9, we have Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I read Zenith Part 1 when it was released, I want to say last year? I want to say that it was released last year. So I read it then and I wasn't ridiculously impressed with it. Like, I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay, but not amazing. But from what I've heard about Zenith, they have really stepped it up a notch for the actual release of the book, and I am really excited to finally get my hands on it and to get a chance to read it. I think this one is coming out sometime in January, so it's not long to wait. Zenith follows a mercenary by the name of Andy, or at least that's her nickname, and she and her all-girl crew aboard the Marauder are wreaking havoc across the Mirabel galaxy. When a routine mission goes awry, the Marauder crew finds themselves in a sticky situation and at the mercy of a merciless bounty hunter from Andy's past. Also, all the way across the galaxy, someone is biding her time until she can return to wreak havoc all over Mirabel. It sounds incredible. I've heard that it is a science fiction that reads like a fantasy. They keep throwing around the words Firefly, all-girl crew, girl power. Everything about that sounds pretty good to me, and I am super excited to get to read this one. Coming in at number 8, we have Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This book is the sequel to Caraval, which I read in 2017, absolutely loved, thought it was such a good book. Legendary follows Scarlett's sister, Tella. Tella was a secondary character in Caraval, but she is now going to be the main character in Legendary, and it follows her on her journey to the capital in order to fulfill a mysterious bargain. That is all we have so far on Legendary. They haven't released an official synopsis. It comes out at the end of May, and honestly, after the whirlwind that was Caraval, I am really excited to get to read Legendary and to get to find out a bit more about Tella's story. Coming in at number 7, we have Whisper of the Tide by Sarah Tolkser. This book is the sequel to Song of the Current, another book that I read this year and absolutely loved. Whisper of the Tide follows Caro and Marcos as they continue to live and work together on this ship. They've come into kind of a bit of a routine, but the routine involves someone trying to assassinate Marcos every day, so that's probably not a good thing. They're desperately trying to figure out a way for him to reclaim his throne. When a powerful archon offers Marcos the chance to have a military, but in exchange for marrying his daughter, Marcos and Caro must decide what is more important, their love for each other or the fate of Archaea, which I think is how you say their continent's name. I'm really not sure. I'm super excited to read this one because I absolutely loved the first. I loved the idea that it was kind of piratey, but like also not. It was kind of like pirates, but in the past, just without the pirate part. I don't know, it's probably not describing it well, but it was a really good book, and I am super excited to see how it all wraps up in the sequel/finale. Coming in at number 6, we have Light Years by Cass Morgan. This is the first book in a new series by Cass Morgan, who of course is the author of the 100 series. I am so ridiculously excited for this book, it's not funny. So I met Cass Morgan at Adelaide Supernova, and she talked a little bit about Light Years, but not too much. All she could really tell us is that it's set in a secret interstellar boarding school up in space, and that these cadets are from very different planets, but they're all kind of thrown together for the first time, and I am so excited for it. It sounds amazing. I think she described it as like sexy space romance, teen, that sort of thing, and like if it's anything like the 100 series, I am going to fall head over heels for it. I cannot wait. I found that Cass Morgan is very much kind of a romantic sort of author, so a lot of her stuff focuses on romance, but honestly, it's just so good and I cannot wait for this book. First book in a new series. I'm so excited. Coming in at number 5, we have The Invasion by Peter O'Gulan. This book is the sequel to The Call, which actually came out in 2016. I thought The Invasion was going to be coming out in 2017 and I was devastated when I found out that it wasn't. Instead, it's coming out next year. I think it's coming out sort of earlier next year, maybe around May, and honestly, it sounds amazing. This book follows Nessa and Anto after everything that happened during The Call, and it involves Nessa. She is constantly in danger. People want to send her back to the Greyland for the rest of her life, which is just terrible because the Seed are there and they have something really terrible planned for her, I am sure. Anto is really unsure about what's going on anymore. Of course, the real traitor is funneling the Seed into Ireland and just everything is terrible and it's just horrible, and Nessa's pretty sure that if she finds Anto, he's gonna have to kill her, and like she doesn't want to die, and yeah, it sounds incredible and so good, and I just really want to read it like now, as in last year, as soon as I read The Call. Coming in at number 4, we have Ice Wolves by Amy Kaufman. I don't know a lot about this book, but I believe that it involves ice wolves and dragons, and that's really all I need to know. So there are these two things, the ice wolves and the dragons, and they absolutely hate each other and live very separate lives, but something, of course, in these sorts of situations means that these two characters from very different sides of the tracks are thrown together for what I'm sure is going to be a really epic and amazing adventure, and I cannot wait to get to read this one. Coming in at number 3, we have A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This book is the bridge between the original ACOTAR series and the spin-off series, which we are going to be getting later, I'm assuming in 2019. So this book follows Feyre and Rhysand, and it involves the Night Court and the Winter Solstice, and it's them after the events of A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I am so excited to get to see my babies again. Like, I cannot wait. I'm a little bit nervous about the spin-off series, I have to admit, but I think that having this little book to like bridge the gap between the two is probably a good thing. Coming in at number 2, we have Greyvale by Lynette Noni. This book is the 4th book in the Madoran Chronicles, the sequel to Dracora, which came out this year, and is the second to last book in the series if you don't count the new companion book, We Three Heroes, which of course we do count, but that's kind of book 4.5. This is book 4, and honestly, it's so good and I'm so looking forward to it being released. I cannot wait. This book follows Alex as she continues in her quest to stop Avon's Armada, and that's all I'm going to say about it because anything else that I could possibly say would be spoilery, but honestly, go and read this series. It's amazing. I am so ridiculously looking forward to Greyvale coming out. It's not funny. And coming in at number 1, we have Whisper, also by Lynette Noni. This is the first book in a new series by Lynette, and it is so good, by the way, just so everybody knows, and I cannot wait for it to be released. I really just want to hold like a hard copy in my hand, and it's being released in America, which means I'm going to probably be able to get a hardcover, which is really exciting. So Whisper follows a girl named Jane Doe. She doesn't know her name, she doesn't know much about anything at all she knows is that she has been living in a secret facility for the past couple of years, and she doesn't ever talk. She's been experimented on, but she never says a word. So after her resolve begins to crack under her new mysterious mentor, she starts to realize that things at this secret facility aren't all that they seem, and she starts to uncover the truth behind the experiments, and it just sounds so good, and it is so good, and I cannot wait for it to be released. So I've actually got 2 honorable mentions for this one as well, because I kind of forgot about them as I was making this list, and then I remembered them as I was saying the list. So one of my honorable mentions is We Three Heroes by Lynette Noni. It is the companion book to the Madoran Chronicles, and it has 3 novellas that follow DC, Jordan, and Bear, and it is so cute, and I love those characters, and I cannot wait to see them have like a little book of their own. And the second honorable mention that I have is Losing Brave by Bailey Madison and Stephanie Miller. This book is Bailey's first foray into writing, and I love her and everything that she does, so I'm really excited to get to read this one. So this book follows a girl named Peyton Brave whose twin sister Dylan went missing, and she is desperately trying to hold on to any memories of her that she has. It sounds like a really mysterious thriller type family kind of book, and I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see exactly what they've come up with. There you go, those are the 10 books and the 2 honorable mentions that I am super anticipating and looking forward to in 2018. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what books you are most looking forward to in 2018. I would absolutely love to know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.